Almost every other beginner tutorial simply shows you how to set up your SPF DKIM DMARC records. What they don't show you is how to check if they are actually working. So in this video, we'll see what SPF DKIM DMARC do, how to set them up the right way in Google Workspace, and how to test if they are actually working correctly. By the end of this video, you will not just have your domain configured for your Google Workspace business emails, you'll know for a fact that they are working. But what is SPF DKIM and DMARC? Let's see. Now picture an exclusive club for a party. Think of these three as your domain's ID at the door. SPF is the guest list. It says who's allowed in the party under your name. DKIM is the wristband, a proof that you are actually who you say you are. And third, that is DMARC, is the bouncer standing at the door. It decides what happens if you don't have your name on the guest list and your wristbands are missing or don't match. You fail to set these up and it's the same as your email showing up at the club door without your names on the guest list or without a wristband. So the bouncer here is your email service provider like the Gmail and Outlook, who will definitely expel you out, that is your emails, in case you don't have your name on the guest list or a wristband, because your emails look like a stranger trying to sneak in. Okay, now let's start with the setup. First thing you need to do before anything else, log into your hosting provider. This is the place where you bought your domain from, and now you need to locate your DNS records. See, every domain provider will look a little different. I am using Cloudflare. If you're on GoDaddy, Namecheap or cPanel instead, you need not worry. The record types and values are exactly the same, only the buttons will look a little different. So now we will start with the SPF first. This stops your messages from getting labeled as spam when they arrive in your recipient's inbox. Basically, this confirms your name is actually on the exclusive club guest list that we mentioned earlier. So in your DNS, you need to find add record. Now navigate over to type and locate the TXT record. Under name, simply add the @ symbol. Then come down to content, or you might see it as a labeled value. And this is where the SPF information goes. This exact information can be found publicly online. So I'll add a link below in the description that takes you straight to it, and you can just copy paste here. Once it is pasted, navigate over to save and click on save. Your SPF is now successfully added. Now we need to add the DKIM record. In the club, this is your wristband. But before we go further, I want to show you what DKIM actually does, because once you see this, the setup will make a lot more sense. Think of this as an old spy movie. Two people need to prove they are talking to the right person again. So they meet once, and before they split up, they tear one piece of the ticket in half. One person keeps one half of the ticket, the other person keeps the other half. Later when they meet, they don't need to say a password or show an ID. They just hold the two halves together. If the tone edges line up perfectly, they know for certain that this is the right person. So DKIM works exactly like that, but except that instead of a tone ticket, it uses something called as a public key and a private key. When you set up DKIM, Google creates two matching keys. The private key stays hidden inside Google's server. You will never see it. And the public key is the one we are about to go paste in your DNS. So every time you send an email, Google uses the private key to sign it. And when that email lands in someone's inbox, their email provider looks for the public key sitting in your DNS. If the two keys line up perfectly and match, you are good to go. That's the whole idea behind DKIM. Now let's set it up. The first thing we need to do is log in into our Google Workspace admin account. Once you have arrived here, navigate up to the apps, then locate Gmail, then navigate over to authenticate email. Now you need to make sure that under DKIM authentication you have your domain selected. Then you need to come down and click on generate new record. If we navigate up, we have the option to select the length of our DKIM key. You can select 2048 or 1024. It is recommended you keep it 2048 selected because it is more secure. Now for the prefix here, we need to keep Google as it is and click on generate. Then first we need to navigate up to the DNS host name, text record name, and simply copy this section. Once you've copied that, head back to your domain provider. You will again see your DNS records here, and you need to add a new record now. Navigate over to type and make sure you have the txt text record selected. Under name, paste in that bit of text you copied earlier. Then simply navigate down to content or value. Now you need to head back to your Google Workspace admin and this time copy the entire text record value. Once you have copied that text record value, head back to your DNS records and under content, paste in that value. Then navigate over to save and save that new record. Once you have saved that record, you need to head back to your Google Workspace admin, navigate down and click on Start Authentication. This can take up to 48 hours for the DNS changes to fully propagate. Okay, so the last thing we need to do to finish this off is add our DMARC record, which is the bouncer. This lets you decide what happens if the guest list and the wristband don't line up. To do that, you need to simply head back to your domain DNS records and click on Add Record again. Now navigate over to type and locate your text records again. This time under name, add _DMARC. What I'll do is I'll leave this information in the description for you to copy and paste straight into your DNS. Then navigate down to content and paste in the information I've added down in the description. Now here's the part you need to change yourself. Inside that content, there's a section next to where it says mail to. That's where you add your own email address. Once that's swapped in, navigate over to save and save this third record. And congratulations, with that you have successfully updated your DNS records with the correct SPF DKIM DMARC records. Now we'll go one step ahead and check if you have set up the 3 records the right way. To begin your cross verification, you need to send a test email from your custom domain to a personal Gmail account. This could be yours or someone else's. Make sure you draft a real message here. Now wait for a couple of seconds and open that email inside the Gmail account you sent it to. In the top right corner of the message, click on 3 dots. Now you need to select Show Original Here. Now right at the top of the page, you need to look at the authentication record section. You can clearly see it says SPF is pass, DKIM is pass and DMARC says pass. You've passed the test with flying colors and this is an actual confirmation from Gmail. Now if one of the records doesn't say pass or your email launches are landing in spam for a long time, even after doing everything in this video, that's usually not a you problem. It's one of those things that I help list owners with. If you want it sorted, you can leave an email to me at the email address mentioned in the description below. I will have a look at it and get it sorted. So that was the authentication setup part. Now if your brain feels a little fried right now, this means you actually paid attention to the video. But in case you have set up your SPF DKIM DMARC records on a new domain and skip the warm-up part next and immediately start sending emails to people, your emails might land in the recipient's spam box or even damage your domain reputation. Watch the video on the screen to know the warm-up tool I use for inbox placement along with the mistakes you need to avoid that most beginners make.